Alright, so here was my issue and what I did to fix it. First, I noticed this roller was worn pretty flat towards the end of my second season mowing. About 10 yards is what I had. Ordered new rollers, went to change them and level the deck, and I noticed this corner of the deck would drop if I stepped on it, which would then raise this corner of the deck. And it's starting to show up again a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. So I went through the leveling process and noticed it was out. I ran out of adjustment on this bolt, actually on the opposite corner, which it's back there again. It's bottomed out, but I had it bottomed out with the original brackets and it was loose, just like this chain is loose again. So I took it all apart, took the deck off, took all these brackets off, took everything apart, laid it out on tables. I pulled measurements from anywhere I could think of there might have been an issue. I pulled measurements, everything measured pretty well. So I didn't notice anything bent. I did notice this bracket had some play in it, and it's showing still. I don't know if we can see this. So I think that's my underlying issue there. Don't know if it's the bolt going through or this sleeve going through the frame. Don't know which one, but I think that's my issue. I'd be very surprised if it was just these arms. I doubt it, but I'm not an engineer. So anyway, I just went to the hardware store, bought some bulk chain. Wasn't the perfect size chain. Wish it was a little heavier duty, but that's what I bought. And I replaced these brackets with chain. Now I had to open up the end links so that the bolt would fit in the top and bottom bolts on the deck itself. So once I opened the chain links to fit the bolts, I put them in and I was able to level it after that. But the biggest thing is I actually shortened the chain compared to the brackets. So that rear chain has 8 links in it, and the front chain has 6 links. And if you compare that to the brackets, excuse my cameras, my first and possibly only video I'll ever shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we compare 6 links to this bracket, it's not perfect, but you can kind of see it's a good bit shorter. And then the same thing with 8 links on the longer bracket. Put it next to it here. It's not a whole lot shorter, but it is shorter as well. And so that's how I was able to achieve my correct, not only my correct level, but I was able to get rid of this play in the deck. But also what I've noticed, you know, this far into this season, it's already starting to wear out again, as you can see. But you can see the gap underneath that bolt. I don't know how much that is. Maybe about 3/8 of an inch of adjustment on the bottom side of that bolt compared to the front bolt. It's almost bottomed out. I have a little bit of play there. This opposite corner from the back has a decent amount of play or adjustment. And then this corner here is bottomed out. I can't get no more out of that. And like I said, I think it's due to this bracket. I think that's my whole issue. The chain's working. I may have to take a link out of these chains and start back over from scratch, and hopefully that'll help. At least get me by for another season. I don't have the means to buy a new mower, even if I was to sell this one. I just wouldn't be able to afford a Skag, which is what I would love to have. But that's the issue, and that's how I fixed it. Just to give you a little close-up. And another thing I've noticed is with the bouncing weight on these bolts, it is starting to twist these brackets, mainly this one here. This bracket is starting to twist a little bit. I don't know if you can kind of see it right there, maybe. Yeah, I think you can see the twist there in it. It's not horrible, but it's not ideal. So anyway, that's what I've figured out. And also I did notice too, this pin on the arm, I don't know if you can see my ugly welds in there. I had to weld it all the way around because it was bending. Because when you hit a bump, it doesn't just go into the chains and get absorbed. It goes all the way through this lift system. Every time you hit a bump, this arm jumps and slams back down every time. And that was bending that pin that rests against this pin. And that was another issue that I had to fix. That may have contributed a little bit to not being able to level it correctly, at least getting it to match the correct height whenever I adjusted it. So anyway, that's what I found.